From the very beginning of the show, we knew that Star Trek Discovery was the story of a first officer working her way up to the captain's chair. And now, at long last, Burnham has reached that position. Burnham is in the big chair. Sonequa, would you just describe how it feels to hit this milestone? I mean, just the company you are in. I mean, come on.
It's crazy. It's pretty crazy. I think honestly, I got so used to the pursuit of the captain's chair in season 1, and then the sort of desire for it kind of falling away, like as Michael, and then especially falling away in season 3. So once it was just before me, as Michael, and then also as Sonequa, everything just started rushing back, and the history and what it means, what it represents, and the honor of it, and everything just all came, rushing in. So it means so much to me just because of that, because of what it represents. Historically and culturally.
Can we just talk about that for a real quick second? This isn't one of my official questions, but this is a thing that is really interesting to me. I'm a cis-het white dude. I do not ever have to look for representation. It is literally everywhere in the world I go. I know just from the experience of my friends how important it is to see the representation of successful women, especially successful women of color. It is like, what an amazing gift you have now of being a role model for young girls who will look at you. Has that really settled in? Has that landed on you? There is a little girl right now who is looking at you, who is just like, I am going to be what I want to be because Michael Burnham got to be captain. Like, do you think about things like that?
Yeah. I think about things like that and I cry. And I don't want to be the person who always cries in interviews.
I understand.
You know what I mean? And like,
I get it.
Channels, like everybody can tell you, like, oh, there she goes, she's crying again. Because honestly, I could cry right now. Because when I think about, darn it. When I think about the girls.
Yeah.
It really gets me, especially now that I have a girl.
Yeah.
And then also my boy, but all kids in general, especially Black kids, especially brown kids, especially all kids of all colors. It just being able to be that proxy, to be the one that you can relate to show you that you can be all you want to be, and that you can be a leader, and that you can reach your highest potential. Not that Burnham has reached her highest potential. All the characters are still striving for that. But just to be in that position, it means so much. It hits me every day, and it keeps hitting me in new ways. And I cry.
I love that. I love that you don't take it for granted. That is just the coolest thing. That is like, we never want to meet our heroes because we don't want to be disappointed. But like, I really love that. Michelle and Tunde, was it always the intention to put Burnham in the captain's chair at the end of this season?
Yes, we started the season knowing that was the journey that we were taking her on. Sorry, now I'm a little teary from that. So I'm gonna like now I have to pull it together. Yeah, I mean, I think we're always expecting Burnham to eventually go there, and this was the season that felt right. And from the beginning of the season, we knew that this was going to be the journey to her getting into the captain's chair. And so really it was all about when we start the season, how can we find, as writers, because Sonequa will bring everything onto the screen, how do we try to find new layers for this character? How do we write her in such a way that she goes through a journey that prepares her to take that chair at the end of the season? And I know it was, sorry, that was a long answer to a short question. Yes, it was planned. Yes, we plotted that out. And yes, it was amazing to watch Sonequa do that in every episode just such a joy.
Tunde, how great was it to put Michael in the chair for the first time?
Oh, it was a big deal. Every season we'll read the script or the synopsis of what's to come, and it's like, is this the season? Oh, this season? Oh, no. This is the season. So we knew it was the season, and all throughout that process, Sonequa was hanging out on set or hanging out on the bridge. Like, I don't think she ever once sat in that captain's chair, and.
Well, I mean, that's a Star Trek rule, right? Like, unless you're the captain or the captain gives you permission, you do not sit in the captain's chair if you're in the cast. Guests come in and sit in the chair because they don't know what it means. But like for us on the set, like, I never sat in the captain's chair on the Enterprise unless I was explicitly instructed to by someone. It's respect for the person and for what it means, right?
Yeah, in a lot of ways, yes, exactly right. But I got to be honest, when I come in on the weekend on like a Saturday, I sat in the chair.
I think you got a pass.
It's a pretty good view from there, and you can kind of get into what the captain's thinking and how to block it and so on and so forth. But you're absolutely right about the respect of that. And Sonequa had that for that chair to a T. So when we finally got to put her in, it was a big moment to see her in it. It was a big moment for the crew. And it's something that I'll really cherish.